Welcome to Raising Your Standards, Innovations in Accreditation Management with ARMATURE Fabric, the podcast where we explore the exciting world of accreditation and how cutting-edge technology is revolutionizing the way organizations manage it. I'm Andrew Bryden, and I'll be your guide on this journey. Together, we'll dive deep into the challenges, solutions, and success stories that make accreditation management more efficient and effective than ever before. This podcast is brought to you by Armature, the creators of ARMATURE Fabric, the game-changing accreditation management software trusted by accreditation leaders around the world. In each episode, I'll share insights from technology leaders and industry experts who are at the forefront of accreditation management to help you navigate this key area of your organization. So whether you're a seasoned accreditation professional or just starting your journey, get ready to discover new strategies, best practices, and the latest trends that will take your accreditation management to the next level. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Let's get started. In April-May of this year, 2025, Armature made our biggest update yet to our accreditation management product, ARMATURE Fabric. Whenever we do an upgrade, we start the same way. We ask a really simple question: what would actually make your job easier? We review these suggestions and requests from our clients, from stakeholders. We consider new technologies, and we take a look at the value that each of these features bring to the broader accreditation and certification community. In our latest release, we've redesigned major parts of our platform based on feedback from accreditation and certification teams who use it every day. From simplifying some of the navigation to making audits more dynamic and flexible, we focused on the tools our clients need to keep complex processes moving forward. This audio blog walks you through some of the major enhancements, why they matter, and how we think these updates will support the work of accreditation and certification bodies. So let's start with a new interface. We know that having a clear interface leads to more speed, more efficiency, and in this release we gave our interface a pretty serious refresh. Our left-hand navigation menu now uses clearly labeled buttons instead of standalone icons. Sounds simple, but this change helps users, especially new ones, find what they need faster and avoid any second guessing. Everything about the redesign supports easier orientation and essentially fewer clicks to get from point A to point B. So if you're juggling multiple audits or certification cycles, we think our users will really notice a difference immediately. Let's talk about dynamic audit. Creating a complex audit should not feel like building a new system from scratch every time. That's why we've introduced what we call our dynamic audit feature. You can now configure an audit or self-study that pulls questions from different sources based on your accreditation type, scope, or program elements. So whether you're reviewing clinical labs, university programs, or manufacturing processes, you can build one flexible audit to handle it all. We've also added some additional elements, and these include things like what we call hierarchical tagging for standards. You can organize everything in a way that matches the structure of your accreditation. Global level task assignments, so assign templates to groups in just a few clicks. And what we call multi-stage review workflows, so building ratings, commentary, and review cycles at multiple stages to match your process. So these features really help you to adapt to complexity without completely reinventing the wheel. Let's talk about what we call scope-based certifications. This is now built in to ARMATURE Fabric. Certifying large or multifunctional organizations often means handling scope-based disciplines. In this release, we added built-in support for scope scheme-based certifications. So let's say you're accrediting a healthcare center, but their pharmacy unit operates under a completely different set of rules than their patient care department. You can now define those as separate lines of scope and manage them within the same certification process. We've also made it possible to display these certifications in a public directory or registry, and that means better transparency for constituents and fewer back and forth requests for verification. Issue management. Logging issues is now much simpler. We took a close look at our issue management interface, think of areas of non-compliance or non-conformance, and we found a few places where users were doing more work than they needed to. So we redesigned it. Now logging and tracking an issue takes fewer steps. The layout is much easier to navigate. If you're trying to remediate these findings, document responses, or coordinate the next steps across your team, this upgrade will help get you there faster. So less friction means quicker problem solving and more time spent on quality. Let's talk about better scheduling and process coordination. So behind every audit, there's a maze of schedules, permissions, and moving parts. As part of this update, we've made that much easier to manage. You can now set access levels, schedule assessments, and manage incoming responses with much less effort. Everything is more connected, so your staff and your auditors stay on the same page. We also improved event management. You can now pre-configure events. Think of an event as maybe a board or committee meeting, or perhaps some kind of site visit. You can now pre-configure events as part of your workflow, so they automatically link to the items they're supposed to. That means fewer manual steps when timelines are really tight. Training, contacts, and communication. We've made smarter access across the board here. This release isn't just about audits and certifications. We made several upgrades across micro workflows that can really power your day-to-day workload. So, for example, training pathways. The latest update allows you to log a training activity once and apply it to multiple training tracks. You don't have to duplicate entries across different pathways. Contact integration. So if you're creating a new contact and they exist in an external system, ARMATURE Fabric can now pull those in automatically, and this allows you to save time and keep your contact list clean. Shared email queues. We added a shared staff inbox for incoming emails. This is a feature that's been requested by many of our clients. So now everyone in your accreditation or certification team can now see important messages in real time and minimize any potential bottlenecks. So each of these tools might feel small, but together they create just a much more connected and responsive experience. We've added one of the most requested features, printable response exports. So if you need to share review results with board members or keep hard copies for your records, you can now export this review data as a printable report. It's one more way we're helping you get the most out of the work you've already done without adding extra cumbersome steps. So every part of this release was designed to support real-world accreditation and certification work. And while we added plenty of new features, our foundations stay the same. Configurable data collection tools for non-technical users, support for multiple standards and certification types, built-in workflow management, document management and reporting, the ability to manage compliance issues and continuous quality improvement initiatives, REST API integration so you can plug into your existing systems, and mobile and multilingual access to support teams operating globally. We built this platform to grow with our clients. This release reflects where many of them are heading, more specialization, tighter collaboration, and just smarter tools for complex systems. So to give you a flavor of what is coming next, the goal of this release is to give our clients and stakeholders much more clarity, more flexibility, and more time to focus on what really matters, supporting high-quality accreditation and certification processes. For future releases, we're focusing on how clients can leverage AI to support automation, reporting, and analytics. And it's critical we enable this in a secure, cost-effective manner. So we want to make sure we get it right. If you have any questions or want to take a closer look at Armature Fabric, please don't hesitate to contact us at sales@armaturecorp.com. Thank you for listening. And that's a wrap for this episode of Raising Your Standards, Innovations in Accreditation Management with Armature Fabric. I hope you found today's insights valuable and that you're inspired to explore new ways to excel in accreditation management. Be sure to visit Armature at armaturecorp.com to learn more about Armature Fabric and how it can transform your accreditation process. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback helps me bring you the content you love. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you have questions, comments, or ideas for future episodes, reach out to me on social media or through our website. Thanks for joining me on this journey of innovation in accreditation management. Until next time, keep working to raise your standards.